Happy Sunday evening. Getting ready to start a new week. It is day 55 of our 75-day challenge. We have 20 days left. And I just wanted to come on and encourage you guys. Um, you guys are rocking it. And I know that there's some of you that have felt like, hey, this is way out of my reach. I can only do A, B, and C instead of the whole list. Hey, that's okay. And I know for me in my life and my heart, I'm going to keep doing this challenge. And so after we end in 75, in 20 more days, we'll probably take a week or two off, probably a week, and then jump back into it. So um, I wanted to say that as we are getting ready to close, we have 20 more days. And remember, your 20 days, your last 20 days could be a way that you're like, you know what, I haven't been able to do everything that I've desired to do in this challenge, but my last 20 days, I'm going to give it my dedication, devotion to something. Maybe it's your water, your movement, and your reading of scripture. Um, so you just sit on that and don't put yourself down or feel discouraged. But I just want to come on here to encourage you guys that taking care of your temple, inside and out, is so important. And so um, I was reading in the book of um, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Luke. I'm going through Luke right now, and my husband and I, we try to read a chapter together a day, and then I'll try to do that same chapter with my kids. So sometimes it's really um, it's fun because in the evening I'll let the girls and Judah will share what they discussed, which is something that Dustin and I read in the morning. But anyways, it was talking about the parable of the fig tree, and Jesus was telling this parable about this tree that hadn't produced anything for 3 years. And I was reading in the New King James Version, in the Amplified Version, which is one of my favorites. And and it was like Jesus saying, like, um, or the owner of the field of the fig tree was saying, "Hey, this tree needs to be out." Like, you know, um, you need to get it out. It hasn't produced anything. It is basically soaking up this nutrients and depleting the soil, like all this stuff, like, which were facts. But then the parable goes on to say that the owner looks and says, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have my Bible with me, and he says, no, 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 give me a year. I'm going to dig a trench around it, and I'm going to basically give back the nutrients and give a focus and um, try to bring this back to life. Then after that, you can take the tree. But I feel like for me, I was reading it and I was like, what is depleting my soil? Like, you know, when you have thoughts that are not right, that's depleting your soil. When you have a negativity or of just the drive that just doesn't ever see things the way God sees it, it's depleting my soil, right? In marriage, I could be the one depleting our soil because if I am a negative Nancy, or going into my marriage when I met Dustin, he was I was raised in a way of fear. Everything I said was in contrary to the word, in terms of, oh no, I don't want that to happen, or what if that happens? I would kind of speak it before it even happened, and Dustin's like, well, um, your mouth is basically depleting the soil. And it took a while for me to recognize it because it was such a part of my um, how I grew up talking, and the authority. I didn't realize that my authority and my ability to speak spoke life or death. And so even in the beginning of our marriage, it was like, oh God, please. And God, and Dustin's like, you're not, the authority given to you is not for you to beg and like, God, please, heal, please. Like if God was doing it, and it was like, no, like my unbelief, my doubt, my fear, all the different things that I struggled with. And even today, when things come back and try to put a heavy weight, this picture of reading Luke, and you can take this, and I encourage someone today with this, and you can take it. That's what I love about the parables, is because it can speak to your life right now. And so I encourage you to stand back and be like, no, God, you are my keeper. You're the keeper of my heart. And so show me areas that my soil needs to be tended to. If it's your way you talk about yourself, if it's how you, it's just, it's never going to go. I'm never going to get this food. I'm never going to be able to eat healthy because I just have these sweet tooths and stuff like that. You have to be able to recognize the areas so that you can go to the Lord and you can say, Abba, help me. Help me with this because it's depleting my soil, and I desire to be a strong tree for the kingdom, a tree of righteousness, right? So anyways, I read that and I was like, I'm going to share it with my girls. I have no idea what direction, but I feel like the Lord wanted to encourage you guys, is that what you're doing in these 75 days, you may think, well, I failed, or okay, whatever. But it's you tending to your physical body and saying, I am gonna take the things out, the mindsets, the addictions to certain foods, the mindsets of how you see yourself, and if it's depleting you and it's causing you are not a healthy body because of that. I think this parable speaks so true. But what I love about it is that we have a new day every day to try again. And I love it. And like today, I was like, you know what? I didn't work out yesterday. I'm going to work out today. I'm going to get my 30 minutes in of workout. And then I usually do another 15 minutes of walking or something. But Sundays are usually a day that I don't do workouts. So here we are getting ready for church. And we come from Cascade going to McCall. And here I am doing my 20-minute Tabata workout, and these kids are coming to the door, and I'm trying to I realize I need to stop my workout. So I got about 20 minutes in, and but I've come a long way. Before, I wouldn't even have worked out because it would have been like, oh, it's Sunday, I have to feed the kids, and there's just no way. It was just always, no, I can't do it. Whereas now I feel that I'm tending to that soil. No, my roots need to get strengthened. My roots need to go deep. I need to be able to take time and read the word. I need to be able to take time and exercise and to feed my body nutritious meals and really, look at what's going in my body. So anyways, I just want to encourage you that it doesn't matter where you're at in this 75-day challenge in terms of it's been amazing. You know what? You have 20 days left. 20 days to accomplish whatever the Lord wants you to. Seek him, ask him, but I just want to encourage you guys. I love you guys all. I love that I get to do life with you guys, especially those who go to Mountain Life Church, and those who don't, I still get to do life. I know there's some people who I know from down in the valley, and some people who go to different churches. I know Darcy, Katie, and so this coming Saturday will be our coffee meetup at 9:30 at Roseberry Cafe. We would love, last time it was just 3 of us, and it was a rich time. So come on out to Roseberry Cafe at 9:30 on Saturday, and we will just have coffee talk, and we'll just encourage one another and share life together. So that's exciting. And then the last thing I want to say is May 2nd is our 75th day of doing this challenge, and it's a Saturday. And I would love to plan our girls' gathering. And so for you to tentatively put it on your calendar right now so that nothing, and I mean, unless something you have a vacation planned or something that you have to do. But it's either that Friday, which would be day 74, and then day 75 is Saturday. So we can kind of talk about what day would work and possibly start planning that now, because we would love to celebrate with each other. And the fun thing that we did last time at our 75, our round one 75 celebration, was we exchanged gifts. Well, no, what we did is each person bought, say, 10 items, 10 of the same items for each, for the group. So, like, I bought dark chocolate for everybody, something that I've enjoyed, that it's healthy, that it's yummy. And like Amanda, she bought this mushroom coffee and some gum, some healthy chewing gum. And so each person has a bag, and so each person walks away with 10 little healthy gifts, or something that you've made, or a candle, or whatever you would want to give. So be thinking about that, and no pressure to participate, but it was so much fun, and we had a great time. So ladies, have a great week. It's going to be amazing. God's mercy and his goodness follows you all the days of your life, and so walk in that. Okay? All right, have a good night. Love you.